Let's try to win the fight.
I will help where I can.
Welcome your company.
Till we have those buffs on.
No reason to pause.
Battles await. Yet another obstacle. Did you see that? Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
What are these? I can't pay attention on so many things at the same time. I always forget about something, okay? Always, especially when the game is huge like this. Soul Eater. Holy shit, man, I haven't seen those Soul Eaters since Kingmaker. They look a bit different.
Into the fray! No glory without risk!
Disgusting, these ambushes. Literally disgusting.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Lightning cold. Holy shit, they got all colors covered. They literally have all colors covered. Would take the sword if I knew. Could easily take the sword if I you. Diran will resolve this. I hope. Diran will deal with all of this. Diran is a beast. Beast. Complete beast. Oh my god, what the fuck are these? Medalets. Rushali. Oh, slowed.
Please help me.
How hard is this fucking game, man? There's a third wave. Where do we stand? What do we do? I need a good position.
A goat, a lizard, and a human enter a tavern. What'll it be, Lan? The bartender asks.
Battles await.
Rules are made to be broken.
I'm losing my temper.
A bright future awaits us.
No one stands in my way.
No reason to pause. Rely on me.
All this waiting.
I will help where I can.
I welcome your company.
Commander? Everyone is mortal in this world.
Shall not be swayed from my path.
Especially when I'm around.
Together, we stand.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
We will win this war.
Let's have some fun.
Into the fray!
Die! Let's hear you cry. Simply business.
Look at the head flying. Look at the head flying. That was brutal.
It's your time to cease to exist.
Did you see that? Your performance is lacking. You are lacking. Is this a mock fight?
Run them through! You're in my way. You had your chance.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Another sword of heaven.
Out of my way!
They're not a joke. I don't know what's this shit, to be honest. Blinded also now.
No glory without risk!
We're all blinded. I actually need to hit someone while blinded.
Victory is worth the pain.
Mass heal resolve blindness. I hope this is the last wave though. Can't hold on for much longer. Iggy, what's up, Iggy?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Simply business.
You Lilitudes. Tons of shadows. Merilets. There was like everything in this fight. Absolutely everything. They only needed Balers and that's it. Vavakias and Balers were missing. Telatonic Titan's Great Room.
Move out.
Let's see what's this. Beg you, kind sir, give me a moment of your time. Latwerk, Atin Asimar, good breeding apparent in every line of his aristocratic face addresses you. Greetings and welcome to this dismal place. My name is Latwerk, and I ask for your help. I beg you show mercy not toward me, but toward these young and innocent maidens. They are my wards, and they were unfortunate enough to be abducted by demons. Sarandrea herself bestowed a revelation upon me, which prompted me to settle here and aid my brethren doomed to a dark and cruel fate. But my strength is all gone. I swear it, and it assists us now more than ever. Asimar women drift out of the house, standing like silent shadows behind Letwork. The faces of many of the women are covered in scars, and their gazes are cold, as if numbed by suffering and despair. I have a few questions. I do not doubt this. You could clearly hardly have expected to meet a member of my race in the Abyss. Besides, the very nature of my calling, which is dictated by both altruism and compassion, must seem strange and unnatural in this place. I'm used to questions and will gladly provide whatever answers I can. What are you doing here? Had the revelation sent by merciful Sarandrea, I realized I must descend to this grim place and bear witness to its countless terrors, so that I may aid those in distress. When I first visited the flesh markets, I saw young women, my kin, locked up in cages. They had been abducted from a different plane and put up for sale like goods or livestock. I immediately purchased their freedom and brought them here. I've been freeing Asimar women who end up in Alushinira ever since. I wish I could do more. This place is teeming with tormented souls. But alas, there is a limit to my abilities, not to mention my financial needs. Why do you help only women? Because they're weaker. Their refinement, innocence, and beauty makes them an attractive target for derision and torment. At least a man can go down fighting when his patience runs out. Most of the young women I met were denied this final escape from the horror due to the physical or spiritual weakness. I don't know what to say about Vendiag. I really don't like her. I hope you made a good choice, though. I wish my lady Yomedea could hear these words. There's a small chuckle in the angel's voice. This mortal must be keen-hearted yet blind if he perceives spiritual weakness in those who often accomplish feats, both great and small, without a sword in hand, with nothing except passion and dedication. What happened to your wards? They survived truly monstrous abuses. The demons showed no mercy, subjecting these unsullied flowers to abuse and torture. Disgusted by their beauty and purity, the brutes trampled their innocence into the dirt. I tend to their physical wounds, but their hearts bleed still. They have withdrawn into themselves. They do not speak, not even to me. I hope one day I'll be able to return them to some semblance of a normal life and send them home. How do you survive in this place? It's not easy. My ancestry alone enrages demons and makes them want to try to do me harm. There have been numerous attempts on my life, and they often try to destroy the house where I shelter my wards. Nocticula's strict ban on harming visitors from other planes may protect me from the claws and blades of my malevolent neighbors, but it is powerless to keep them from spitting at my feet, scrolling profanities on the walls of my house, or endlessly plotting against me. Indeed, look at his house, goddammit. Full in scratches. How may I be of assistance? Freeing enslaved Asimars become my trade, you see. These women are former captives, who I'm saved from the monster's clutches, and I protect them to the best of my ability. I heard a new shipment of slaves is about to arrive in the flesh markets. There is nothing I can do to break their shackles. Please do it in my stead. Please buy their freedom and send the women here. I can see that you are a traveler of means. I already set free those Asimars. A single act of kindness should not inconvenience you sizably, but will be forever indebted to your compassionate soul. Such a kind and generous soul is truly a rarity in the Abyss. We ought to help him champion, not just to save the poor slave women, but also to strengthen his faith in the righteousness of the path he has chosen. And even in the Abyss, we found an Asimar living a virtuous life. There is no escaping the lot, is there? How did Asimar women end up in the Abyss? The Abyss hungers for new slaves, so it sends countless raiding parties to other planes to stave off its cravings. These poor young women were captured on Golarion, never seen anything viler than those ruthless troll hunters prowling in search of defenseless victims, sniffing out the weak to enslave, clamping collars around their necks. Who are the captives even though we know? Flesh market. Why don't you buy their freedom yourself? I simply cannot afford such an expense. Why did they bring these Aasimar women to the Abyss? It pains me to say, but I can think of only two options, and both are equally terrible. Perhaps there will be sold to the 10,000 delights. A filthy whorehouse where corrupt souls indulge in the most immoral and vulgar of pleasures. The other option is even worse. I heard Shamira, the mistress of Alushinira, is a former celestial from the upper planes who once served the Everlight. This partially explains Shamira's irrational hatred of Aasimars. They say she buys my kinsfolk and takes them to the harem of ardent dreams, where she tortures them without mercy. Then she dines on their flesh, a monster. I decided that the Aasimar captives will be safer at my camp. I'm infinitely grateful that you freed those unfortunates, but you should have sent them to me. They survived a terrible shock, perhaps even abuse. They need a kinsman to care. Someone who can understand them, listen to them, and try to heal the scars left by the ordeal. I fear that taking out a meager existence in an army camp surrounded by gruff armed soldiers will only reopen their wounds. Don't you fear? That will be fine. What the fuck now? Does this shit have an end? The demons examine you, their gaze is How did I end up in a house? Their gaze is both avaricious and imperious, their leader, a misshapen demon, whose facial features exhibit not even a passing acquaintance with symmetry, issues a commanding bark. Shut up everyone and get on the ground. On your stomachs, turn out your pockets, perhaps we will settle for taking your gold and spare your lives. But you, my sweet morsel, will be living with us in pieces. The demon grins malevolently at Latverk. Behind the chatty demon, a huge Vavakia stares sleepily at his feet. A large, cloudy crystal sticks out of his chest. It's a mythic Vavakia. Several small clisters have broken through his skin in several places like young saplings bursting forth from the earth's embrace. A slimy fringe of thick red saliva hangs from the monster's leg jaw. He gives surprised snort, then grunts shyly at you. I'm being treated by rebels who dare call themselves assassins. In Daggermark, not even a 3-year-old child would be fooled by this. It's an unbearable professional insult. Killing them is a matter of principle. Point the Vavakia standing behind the demon. Who's the brute tagging along with you? This here is our Gouger. We found him in the sewers below Alushinira, barely breathing. We were gonna cut his throat, but he's so addled he's tame enough and mighty strong. Someone must have scrambled his brains real hard. Now everybody knows not to screw with us or we wake Gouger up and they're done for. Why did you come here? This Aasimar misfit has made a certain someone very angry. So angry they put a large bounty on his head. Which is why we're going to gut him, festoon and dismal howl with garlands of his entrails, then play ball with his stupid little noggin. Who are you? We're the best in the Assassin's Guild. You're not assassin, you're just a common rebel. The demons lose their bravado and exchange nervous glances, taken aback by stealing your voice. The leader of this band of misfits finally mutters in a shaky voice. Well, maybe not assassins per se, but it sounds more intimidating. Fools shit their pants when they're here, so that we don't even have to shank them. But you, sir, are no fool. That much I can see. Folks, let's not bother the nice gentleman. We'll just turn around and be on our way, shall we? The demon's tone takes on an air of groveling. By the time he's done speaking, he's practically pleading with you. Who sent you? We don't know her name. Everybody calls her the Red Mask because she's what she always wear. We have no idea who or what she is beneath the mask. She sits in a bed lock all day, guzzling booze like there's no tomorrow. Who is the red mask? Damn if I know, some kind of a woman. Definitely not a demon. She's one of yours, an outsider. She's got an edge to her, and her mask is scary as anything. Let's kill you. Don't hurt us, we go ahead. Let's get out of here. I beg you, please protect me unless she stops. I can't attack them. I try to attack them, it won't. Only 650 XP for intimidation. It's better to fight. I don't know how I ended up in the house though. I have no clue how I ended up in the house. Badass, how you doing, badass? Those of you that skipped the hardest boss fight that I've seen in the game so far, I released it on my YouTube channel like an hour ago. We're gonna speed this up. I can't spend the night at his home. There is no room. So that's why it happens in a house. I can apply some buffs before the fight, so I decide to fight. Why do you keep making new characters non-stop? Play the game with what you got. Go with the next run, then the next run, and then pick something else.
Can't hide from me. Meditate on your mistakes. Might make you feel not better. How it works.
Plan. A door that I can open the door. Weird.
The struggles never cease.
I decided the Asimar captives would be safer at my camp. I will regret coming here. Woke him up. Gouger! It's a fucking Wallachia.
Let's make this quick.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Into the fray!
I will resist.
Simply business.
You won't survive me.
If you wake up, I'll fucking smash you.
bruise. Alright,
Maximize magic.
I'm alright.
Hope you got less stat.
This'll leave a bruise.
Good, she's got less stat. It's better to kill them more XP like that. We're gonna check it out now. The demon squeals desperately, trying to wipe away the blood gushing from his snout. In a surprising turn of events, a blow during the scuffle must have set his nose straight. Wait, sir, don't kill me, I'll tell you everything. It was the red mask from the bad luck who came up to us and gave us the money. Who sent you? Okay, we already know. Finish him. I beg you, please protect me. Unless she stop, Red Mask will get to me. And even worse, to my wards. I don't fear that, but these girls must not be hurt again. Cannot put an end to the Red Mask depravity, but you can. I appeal to your mercy. Find her and stop her. No one knows who the Red Mask is.
Skip the pleasant
Yugoslave.
Patricium Turinos! Patricium Turinos! Patricium Turinos! No one stands in my way.
I welcome your company.
Patricium Turinos! Patricium Turinos!
You call?
I'm losing my temper. Patricium Turinos!
Rules are made to be broken.
Completely out of spells.
Patricium Turinos!
I shall not be swayed from my path.
Now, it was a 600 and something, now it's already 200. 200. And around 1,000 more. And around 250. 5,000 for Bavakia. So, to put it simple, you get 600 XP, nearly 700 XP if you intimidate. If you win the fight, you get around 8,000 XP. So you get 10 times more if you win the fight. Simple as that. Plus the gear. Plus the gear.
Move out!
It requires an Aeon mythic path. There was a hidden door, they detected it, now I can't pass through, it's behind him over here. Weird. Let's see what else is left. Straight hello. When you play with a demon, it fits the blood rage. Good choice.
I lead. You follow.
It's bugged, I can't loot them.
Onwards.
Harem of Ardent Dreams. Holy shit, bro. I think I'll need to rest though. Don't know where to put the crystal now.
Move out.
Let's see the Ardent Dreams. What's the Ardent Dreams? First time here, a fearsome looking succubus steps forward, blocking your path. Are you sure you're welcome here? This is the Harem of Ardent Dreams, the palace of Shamira, chief demoness of the cities after Nocticula, of course. But when did Nocticula ever care about our petty concerns? Bottom line, this palace belongs to the person who really runs everything around here. You got it? How does a feeble guard like you expect to stop someone who has vanquished hordes of demons in Golarion? Was that meant to scare me? Sure, I've heard there's a massacre happening on Golarion, but how am I to know you have anything to do with it? Until I see blood on your hands, you remain nothing but a pompous stranger. I wish to enter. You are known in the city. I don't think Shamira would deny you an audience. Come in. Don't tell me Shamira is also a Lily too. I didn't rest. Notes on a ripped paper. The piece of paper is covered in sloppy writing on both sides. The phrases are incomplete, indicating that someone was taking notes. Pretty much on the go. Mayor. Lamassu, demon goddess, former demon lord, will swat you without even noticing, grovel and suck up to her, and pray she's in a good mood. Nocticula, Our Lady, Queen of the Midnight Isles, rules Alushinira in general and Shamira in particular. Obey all her orders, never turn your back on her. Shamira, Alushinira's steward, bangs Nocticula, naturally in good standing with her. If you want to live in Alushinira, you better respect her. Allies. Descari, Demon Lord, rules the Rasping Rifts, Nocticula's ally for now. Made some deal with her. Now his servants are all over the Midnight Isles. Don't touch them, that's not allowed. If you off a Descari cultist by mistake, hide the body, cover the tracks and pretend you know nothing. Important, Descari may be an ally, but he's a spawn of Pazuzu who tussles with Lamatsu. Be careful. Baphomet, Demon Lord, rules the Ivory Labyrinth. Best buds with Descari, Nocticula's ally for now. Used to bang Lamatsu, now bunks up with Sokot Benot. Dangerous, his cultists can slip into enemies' ranks better than worms in your ass. Watch out if you spot double agents, bug out at once. Enemies, Pazuzu, Demon Lord, rules Chaim Mania, fights with Lamatsu, and by proximity with Baphomet. Sokon Benot, Demon Lord, rules the Cathedral Telemek, Nocticula's brother and former lover. Got the boot, now skulls and wallows in depravity. Bangs Baphomet, but only once in a while. All of these demons are fucking demented. What a lovely place you got. Shamira, the Ardent Dream. That's a succubus, not a Lilith. A red-haired, beautiful demon sits majestically on a throne, an aura of bright light blazing around her. It's not the gentle, life-giving light that shines on Golarion. This light blinds, withers, makes a person burn with fever, draining their strength. What do we have here? The last wanderer from another world coming to seek my patronage. Shamira, the Ardent Dream. Shamira throws a casual glance at Arushali and raises an eyebrow in surprise. So the rumors were true. Arushali, you're really making friends with mortals now? I must admit I found it hard to believe such a worthy daughter of the Abyss had fallen so low. Shamira falls silent but receives no answer. Not that I really care. Less of your arrogance. You have no idea what powers I command. Less of your arrogance. You have no idea what powers I command. Shamira just shrugs, looking bored. No matter what powers you possess, I doubt they would impress me more than the two Bailers who started a fight in the middle of the city and whom I had to force into obedience. I doubt you would be a match for an infuriated Merilith robbed by some cunning thief. Negotiating with you will hardly be more difficult than negotiating with the unknown monster that emerged from Ishiar and planned to devour this whole island in a single gulp. If you seek to impress me, you'll have to do something more than just boasting about your powers. Does the name Vilodus mean anything to you? Yes, Vilodus is well known and highly esteemed in Ulshinira. He's Nocticula's advisor and in charge of matters related to magic in Ulshinira. Shamira's voice grows irritated. That's why I would be happy to see the cursed dimwit doing some real work for a change. Instead, he's covering his palace because some Descarites put a price on his head and hired a group of toughs from the lower city. Why should I have to pick up the slack for the pathetic coward? I have questions. With a sigh, Shamira hisses irritably under her breath. Curse Nocticula's hospitality for bringing these strangers from other planes to my city and my harem. Tell me about Nocticula. Pursing her lips in a smug smile, Shamira answers with venom in her voice. What exactly are you expecting to hear from me beyond what any other resident of Ulshinira couldn't tell you? Yes, I'm closer to Nocticula than anyone else, but do you really think I'll spill her secrets to you? Our Lady in Shadow doesn't like to be discussed behind her back. Then the scope of her realm, the entire Midnight Isles, prove that her anger can be extremely dangerous. She's worshipped on many planes, including Golarion, right? At night, she sometimes comes to insane rapists and murderers and paints in their minds pictures of immortality and horror, masterpieces of lust and despair. She's the first succubus, the most powerful and most seductive, the murderer of countless demon lords and usurper of their abyssal realms. Over the bodies of her victims, she climbed to unbelievable heights, and now she stands far above her loathsome brother, Sokon Benot. The demon lord Sokon Benot is the patron of sexual and other hedonistic gratifications, seeing the world as his plaything, the one that serves up the violence and destruction of which he is especially fond, brother of Nocticula. Thus she has proved her victories were gained not just by the means of her power, but also by her great intelligence and willpower. What kind of harem is this? What do you think? Because I'm Shamira, the Ardent Dream, the chosen lover of the great Nocticula? Every time she grows weary of plots and conspiracies and craves wild passion and warm caresses, she comes here to her harem. I've seen you with Hevzamira, the Flesh Marquess. Tell me about her. Hevzamira is an honored guest here in Ulshinira. I'm not gonna discuss her with every stranger I met. How did you achieve such a high standing? You don't know my story. This explains why you're not on your knees before me. I was on a celestial being, and my fairy wings carried me from the upper planes to insignificant little worlds like your Galarian. I gifted fantasies and dreams kindled flames in the wild minds of dreamers, and I love that sometimes these fantasies took shapes too daring and unbridled. Or so it seemed to me, but I made no effort to stop it. A dream is a bird, not a horse. You can restrain it, you can only hurt it with your veins. The dreams I sowed were becoming more daring, bolder, and with them I changed as well. One day I rejected the limits imposed on me by my masters. In the world I was visiting, a wildfire of dreaming broke out. A dream so daring and bold it could come to fruition only through great atrocities and monstrous immoral deeds. I could have stopped it, but I didn't. I was mesmerized by this great vision. I didn't return to my world, as I would not be accepted. Instead, I descended into the abyss looking for someone who would truly appreciate me and the dreams that I bestowed. Nocticola noticed my flame blazing over the dark waters of the ocean. She came for me and shrouded me in her shadows. That night was very memorable. Since then I have served her. I have been her closest friend at her right hand. Do you really hate Asimars and kill them brutally? Shamira smiles, looking very much like a large and hungry cat who has just spotted its next victim. Yes, it's an incomparable pleasure to gradually deprive them of everything they once had. First their hope, then their noble appearance, their innocence, and finally their life. When they scream, renouncing everything they once believed in, their masters, their gods, their heritage, it's music to my ears. Shamira's eyes narrow, her expression unkeen. Do not for a moment think I'm unaware of who stole that batch of young Asimar women from me, the ones who've been shipped to Dion in the flesh markets. I'll remember that, Golarian. No more questions. I was happy to satisfy your curiosity, you annoying and talkative mortal. What happens if I say I seek your patronage? But she kinda annoys me, I wouldn't want to do that. I came here seeking your patronage. Shamira looks you up and down with this expression that answers with a scoff. So what use you can be to me, you foolish little mortal? The most powerful demons serve me. What can you pitiful self offer me that they can't? In your mind, Shamira's voice sounds calmer, though it's still arrogant. In truth, there is one thing you can help me with, Golarian, but the others mustn't know about it. Work for me and I'll grant you a share of my attention and patronage. No doubt you have already heard of Nahindrian crystals. Objects of astonishing power that grant their owner incredible abilities. Everyone in Alushinira knows they exist, but no one knows what they are or where to get them. No one except for that smug cow, Hemsamira. I want you to find out what they are. My advice is to start searching in a pile of refuse known as the Lower City. Ask for Ziforian, my predecessor, now a beggar. If that pathetic wretch is still alive, he may know something. Now go and don't bother returning until you have the information I need. Take my mark, so the arch near my palace will let you in. I don't want to waste my time waiting while you wind your way back to the streets of my city with valuable information. Your pack becomes a bit heavier, as if some new item has appeared inside of it. Shamira's gold coin. The hand of the inheritor addresses you, an undercurrent of alarm in his words. I see greed in the eyes of his feet. She's ready to offer you a deal, and I sense that more that idle interest lies behind it. We both know Nahindrian crystals can make demons immensely powerful. We are pursuing Hemsamira to prevent her from creating and unleashing upon us an army of mythical monsters transformed by the crystals. Yet if you reveal the secret of the crystals to Shamira, we risk simply trading one enemy for another. Our mission demands that we make concessions. It does not mean we must blindly obey every demon's request. Weigh each of Shamira's words, remember how cunning she is, and do not let her turn you into a tool she can use to commit atrocities. Armor your heart and do only what you must, not what she, with all her promises and charms, will try to convince you to do. And be prepared to find a knife in your back at any moment. So you and Hebzamira aren't friends, I take it. Be friends with that miserable cow? Of course not. I'm courting her to learn her secrets. It's a constant struggle not to put her in her place. Baphomet's minions are far too bold here in Alushinira. Tell me about these crystals you're so interested in. You haven't heard of Mahindrian, we did 1,000,000 times so far. All Golarians so stupid and unobservant. They're purple crystals, possessing them grants immense power. Unfortunately, only high-ranking servants of Baphomet know where to find them, or how to use them. They use the crystals to gain tremendous powers, and now they strut around the Lushinira like they own the place. Why should I look for Zephorian? When I first heard about the crystals, it reminded me of the last days of Zephorian's rule. He was Nocticula's right hand before me. He was plotting a coup, and I was spying on him to turn him into Nocticula and take his position. I remember he was trying to get his hands on a purple crystal of some kind, and that he eventually succeeded. I didn't pay much attention at the time, but the current situation makes me think. Perhaps it was Nahindrian crystal he was after. If so, Zephorian might know something about them. Where is he? In the depths. If he's still alive, the gravity of Nocticula's punishment would have dragged him to the very bottom of Alushinira. Dig through the garbage, talk to vagrants and beggars. You surely don't expect me to do it, do you? Why did you choose me for this mission? Because you're neither a demon nor a resident of Alushinira. You're a wild card, insignificant Golarian. No one is interested in your exploits. You will not draw any unnecessary attention. You're not bound in a service to any demon, and therefore, if you dig up any information, you will bring it to the one who will pay you the most for it. That is to say, me. You won't run to your master because you don't have one, at least not here in the Abyss. If I gave this test to one of my servants, I could be sure of only one thing: they would sell the information about my interest to my enemies. And then if they learned anything about the crystals, they would use this information to benefit themselves instead of bringing it to me. Don't worry, you won't get a crystal. Come back when you have something useful. You won't get a crystal, you bitch. For sure. She's got a lot of guards. Let me see what she... Doable, all of this. I should be able to stop. She didn't trigger. She should have triggered on this conversation for sure, but she didn't. I don't know why. You did to ask the devs that. Golden coin of Shamira. Blazing crown. What's up, Robbie? How you doing, Rabbi? What's new? Well, that part, Rabbi, is a long one. Very, very long one. Just so you know.
I lead, you follow.
The longest one, I think. I haven't checked the journal for 3 days. Solve the puzzles. Try to secure an audience with the city's rulers. Find Zephorian. Become famous and get Nocticula's attention. Experience the bliss. Hire succubi to entertain the arena champion. Find the succubi in the palace of incest and degeneracy in the upper city. Visit Valexia's mansion. Upper city. Deal with the red mask. Lower city. Traces of shadow. Give the spinner of nightmares dire to hear. That's when we go back. Devastation. Pay a surprise visit to the echo of the Scurry. Help Targona with her search. Solve the riddles of the nameless ruins. Awaken Finian. Arrange a meeting with Nocticula for Ember. Jesus Christ. Visit Vilodus. Vilodus with Greybor in the upper city. It's called the House of a Wicked Knowledge. Organize a meeting for Social and his brother. That's in the arena. Storyteller. Restore the ancient clock. Let us rest.
Another campsite, or I will pray for Desna to send me a dream.
It's got him cold
And
here
another
also.
disappointment when it doesn't come.
I have scary dreams sometimes. Or sometimes I have good ones. But then I'm sad when I wake up and realize they're not real. Maybe having no dreams is better?
And you'll see the pressure during winter. From every freaking government in the world. It's gonna be bigger than ever. I bought this for the witch. This robe of determination is fucking great too. Grants the wearer plus 2 bonus to caster level checks made to overcome spell resist, concentration and spell resistance. Bend it heavy. How is it on Regal? It's got a good one too. Adamantium. Can't go. It's plus 5 against. Oof. Immunity to fire and acid. He's gonna be slow. This makes him fast. It's only for Greybor. Yeah. No one can equip a black armor. Unbelievable. Why will I equip this? Because of athletics. Attack rolls for attacks of opportunity. Portieren. And Berina. Now you're a real witch. Ember looks cool in this. She really looks good now. Even her cape is good now on this. She needs boots though. What to do now? I wanna cast Heroism, go back, switch them. I can cast Bluers, all of those long-term spells, and then I switch Nenio for Diran. So I can play with buffs on. Diran doesn't need buffs. He's strong enough.
You require my unbiased opinion?
Never good at stealth, but I'll try.
Which now? I'll only play without haste when I don't have Nemia. I kinda aim to play with a succubus in team because we are in the abyss. So that's why I don't change her, although I should. But this is the way. Easy. We're gonna go to the Bedlock Tavern. Now we're gonna clear the lower part. A woman in a red mask. Red mask. The woman in a red mask grimly examines a cloudy glass and its equally cloudy contents. She doesn't seem to notice you. When the silence drags on, she grinds out. Get lost, I'm not looking for drinking companions. Who are you? None of your business, red mask, and that should be enough for you. Why did you send assassins for Letwork? The woman smiles bitterly and removes her mask, revealing the unmistakable features of an Aasimar. But what once was surely a beautiful face has been disfigured by terrible scars. Someone must have flayed her, carving away entire portions of her skin. The wretch deserves the worst death imaginable. When the demons abducted and enslaved me, Letwork bought me and my fellow captives. I thought myself saved, but I was wrong. The worst was yet to come. The things he did to us, I cannot describe them. He destroyed our bodies and our souls. His sick mind is full of filthy, perverse desires. I did it well with those Aasimar slaves. I sent them back to Nexus. And he acted them out on us. It was a miracle I managed to escape. I could have left the abyss, but it feels as if Letwork has no sown the seeds of his madness in my soul. I refuse to spread his sickness to other places, happier places. Let his evil perish here in the abyss, utterly and without a trace. The hand voice trembles with barely concealed anger. She does not lie. Her heart aches with a desire for retribution. Letwork is a liar and a traitor. He must answer for his misdeeds. We must go back and see that he faces justice for his crimes. Curse the wretch. I should have sensed the evil within him. And Aasimar, a child of light, how could he have done so much monstrous things? It's not surprising he didn't sense the rot in his heart. Letwork has learned how to conceal his true nature. None of us suspected him either, even though some of my companions in misfortune were skilled at sensing evil in its many forms. Why is he doing this? Because he's a madman, a blood-soaked lunatic draped in the raiment of a holy savior. A psychopath, a filthy deviant, whose sick desires can only be sated by the suffering of his victims. What happened to you after you escaped? I walk the path of vengeance since then. Callistia, patron goddess of all who've been wronged, has shown me I must decide myself to this path. Under retribution that stalks villains in the night, paints the darkness red and makes the streets ring with their painful screams as I end their miserable lives. Letwork deserves a fitting punishment. I will help you. Vengeance is sacred. I will help you settle the score he deserves. Then go to his home and repay the man for his many sins. I will be waiting for you here. There. I will fall upon the deviant like the blade of vengeance itself. Together we will ensure he pays for his crimes with his life. I weep for her. I saw her open and pure heart once was a shining beacon of kindness and mercy. The pain and torments that befell her made her cruel. Anger burns within her. She no longer knows what is good and what is not. I cannot and will not judge her. I mourn the innocence that has been lost.
Let's strike from the shadows.
$10,000 delights. No, it's not 10,000 delights. It's the other one. I forgot the name. Depravity and something. What was it? For me today it was around 15. Now it's already 10 outside. Very cold. Finally. 6 months of 40 plus. If you remember. Ardent dreams. Let's go to the Asimar. I did well though with those slaves. Never gave him the slaves. What? And that's why they spotted the door after all. Gasimar's house. Looking even paler than before, Letver greets you in a trembling voice. Did you stop her? Is Red Mask still a threat to us? I know everything about you and your highly unusual tastes. The Asimar does not even attempt to justify himself in the face of this accusation. Instead, he shrieks. It's not my fault. I did not want this to happen. But it gnaws at me from inside. I know what I'm doing is wrong. There's nothing I can do to stop myself, but I swear I was kind to those girls the rest of the time. It was I who saved them. Look, an Asimar celestial blood who turned out to be a twisted monster. What an utterly unexpected phenomenon. Diran chuckles and turns to you. Shall we kill him? This deviant makes me seem almost benign in comparison. I loathe coming second to anyone. Time has come. With a show of impeccable timing, Red Mask drops from the rafters, looking like the remorseless spirit of vengeance incarnate. She lands in front of the ashen-faced Letwork, and in harsh, damning voice proclaims, "The hour of retribution is at hand, come. You will pay for each and every one of your crimes. May evil never go unpunished."
Let's strike from the shadows.
Mrvice, izlazi odatle. Mrvice. Mrvice. Mrv... Ma... Evo ti. Mrvice. Mrvice. What is this shit? My little birds protect me from the vermin. They come to enslave you once again. What?
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Let's work. Would you love to die? Oh, it's an alchemist. It's a vivisectionist. He's got sneak attacks. No, it's impossible without buffs. This is idiotic. 10,000 misses in a row without buffs. No playing without any Mossi Travisi. Unreal. No, guess he's level 20.
Let's move already.
Rely on me.
Animosi Travisi.
Meditate on your mistakes.
Sweet
Might make
Commander.
Oh, the waiting's never fun. Adayana.
Stuff without haste.
You called?
Rules are made to be broken.
Can't hide from me.
None shall escape.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. You won't survive me.
Oh, disgusting, we got stuck. I can't believe this shit. Are you shitting me? What are you? 73 armor class. What? Yasimar screams, desperately smearing tears and blood across his aristocratic face. I'm begging you, spare me. This disgusting trait, this addiction, it makes me hate myself. I was weak, but I swear I will no longer allow my weakness to harm anyone else. Bring me to justice if you wish, but spare me from your vengeance. I rushily gasp with bitterness and indignation. The blood of heaven runs in your veins. While others break themselves striving to be better, nobler, brighter, you, all of those things were given to you by fate. You were born blessed, and this is how you squander the blessing. This is worse than mere folly. This is blasphemy. How dare you? Diram, glaring at Letwork, as if he were a particularly disgusting insect, abruptly cuts off the succubus. Yes, he's a traitor, a blasphemer, an irredeemable scum. Stop lecturing him and do what it is you want to do. Remember that you are a demon. Turns his final moments into rapturous agony. We can see that you're eager, so please go ahead. No one will judge you. Who doesn't deserve an easy passing? I'm not gonna do that. I hate him, but I promise I will change. I don't wanna be like him. Do not put him to death. We should be better than him. Not the Yasimar woman. He's yours. Deal with him as you see fit. Chaotic, finish him off. You deserve that. Not to women. Letver casts a frightened glance at the captives, eyeing him with predatory intent. But they're my little birds. I love them. I've been taking care of them. They would never harm me. Feet bared with wild, almost bestial fury, the Yasimar women rush towards Letwork. They have no weapons. They tear him with teeth and nails until the madman's agonized creatures give way to choked, gurgling whimpers. Red Mask. Without further ado, the Avenger bends over Letwork. When she stands again, she's holding the bloody strip of a skin that used to be the Yasimar's face. The woman takes off her mask and smiles with satisfaction. He took away my beauty, now I taken his. Red Mask stretches Letwork's face over her own, fixing it in a place with a handful of barbed hooks she drives into her own flesh. Rivulets of blood run down the woman's neck, giving her a grotesque and terrifying appearance. You will take care of these young women and I will take my leave. This corrupt city is full of scum whose wrongdoings remain unpunished. I will bring retribution to each and every one of them. Red Mask's laughter echoes eerily through the cellar's walls, full of excitement and a lust for blood that can only be sated by more brutal killing. You did a noble thing when you did not abandon the weak in the hour of need. You have my deepest respect. Go to my camp, show Asimars the way to the Nexus. The young Asimar women exchange glances, then nod gratefully to you. Huddled together in a tight group, they set out in search of a promised shelter. They carry themselves with an air of grim determination to look after one another and find a way out of this terrible place. Mercy is done. Abrupt end, a kukri. So he was a vivisectionist. Shocking burst, kukri. It's +6 against enemies with shields.